Hey guys, it's Jamie. This week we had the 7th commandment. It's all about you shall not steal. And what does that mean? This week in our class we had Wesley, our seminarian, teaching, and he will be teaching next week too. I will be here in class, so in case you have questions or anything you want to show me as far as makeup work or anything like that, I'll be here and I can help you out with that. Let's quickly get to what you need to do for this week if you missed. So the second half of lesson 7, it starts on page 31, is where our 7th commandment begins. If you missed, I would like you to fill out page 31 and 32 in your lesson. And I'm going to give you a little bit of background on what the 7th commandment, how to think about that a little deeper. So you shall not steal. If we look at that in our catechism, it's on page 105 is where the longer explanation and stuff behind it goes. It says, what does this mean? We're going to fear and love God so that we do not take our neighbor's money or possessions, but help him to improve and protect his possessions and income. Oh, I forgot the little phrase, or get them in any dishonest way. So what does it mean to steal? Well, we know you can walk into a store, you can take things without paying for them, and that's stealing. But there's so many other ways that we can steal. And so I'm just gonna expand on those for a very short minute. One of them is, if you think about theft, it can be not just going into a store and taking things, but it could be taking things from people around us kind of in a sneaky way, because being dishonest, not telling them, or taking things, not taking care of them, that kind of stuff. So I am stealing from somebody when I sneak away their charger for their computer or their iPad without asking them, and it's theirs, and then I don't tell them and I forget about it and I don't return it. Well, that's stealing. Maybe I didn't intend to do that, but it's also me not taking care of what belongs to somebody else. And that's not good. It causes a lot of issues in our relationships. So that can be theft. Sneaking things that, like food and candy and time and all of that. Time is a big one. You think about jobs that you're eventually going to work. If you choose to do a job, somebody hires you to do a job and they say, I'm going to pay you $10 an hour to do this babysitting job. And you say, great, I'll babysit these kids. Well, you sit there and you mess on your phone while the kids are just kind of running around the house. It's fine, but you're not really doing the best job you can do. And then say they also said, can you please just make sure that they go to bed on time or something like that. If you don't do the best job you can, or you take time from them by doing your own stuff, you can be lazy and it can cause you to steal from people because they're saying, hey, we want you to do these things. Can you please? And we'll pay you money for it. And you're like, well, they're paying me. Here I am. I'm just going to sit here and kick my feet up and do whatever. Or not doing, like, if you did a leaf raking job for somebody and you really were like, you're just like, rake, throw it in a bag and whatever. I'm going to leave a few on the ground. I'm not going to care about it. If you don't care and you're being lazy about it, you can be stealing from somebody who offered to pay you money for a job because it's a way of not doing the best you can do, and it's not uplifting them in any way. So it's kind of a tough one to figure out, but we can steal from people in our jobs. We can also steal from our employees if we're an employer. So if somebody is a boss and they're not paying fair wages, bosses can steal that way and expect way more of their employees than what they're getting paid for. So it can go both ways in that case. Anything in how we are dishonest with people, and like fraud. Fraud is a problem sometimes with insurance, or if we have accidents and we don't report things, or there's fraud involved and we're lying about what's really going on in order to gain money or to keep us out of a situation. So it's stealing. So what can we do on the other side? We need to take care of our neighbor's stuff and our neighbor's people and all those things. So how do we do that? Well, if there's an issue, we can report it to them. We can let them know, hey, this is going on around you. We want to help you and your household to be better. We want to lift you up. We can give to charities and help people so that they can take care of businesses and charities that take care of people and things like that. We want to give and help to improve things. Like helping somebody find their dog if a dog is lost. That was one way we talked about in class, is an easy way that you can help somebody improve and protect their possessions. So these are ideas on what you can do. That is part of the not taking and looking after box here. And on the back, there's some thoughts about how you can steal besides just stuff that you can touch, such as internet and on the computer, and intellectual property, things that people have written, and how do we steal, words out of, either books or reports or articles or things like that from people, or images, stuff like that we can steal online. So there's lots of different ways that we can break this, and sometimes we don't think of it as a big deal, but we need to kind of pedal back and think about, maybe I am breaking this in ways I didn't realize, and I need to humble myself, and I need to come before the God and apologize and maybe straighten this out and do better. So that's the point of the 10 Commandments in general, is to help us figure out, oh, this is not helping my relationships with other people. It's not helping my relationship with God. And if I can work at this, I can make those relationships better and stronger, both with God, the up and down, and with other people right here and this plane. So we make that cross. Remember the relationship cross. And that's the point. God is doing this to protect us, not just to keep us from things, but to protect us for better. So I hope that you guys have a great week. Next week we will finish up the 8th, 9th, and 10th, because 9th and 10th are kind of about the same thing. 8th we started on, and we're going to kind of pull it all together for our final week. Wesley will be teaching once more because he's got to get some experience in, and so I will be here again. And then it'll be Thanksgiving weekend, and we will meet on Thanksgiving weekend. It is a family confirmation because we are starting the creed. We'll have some fun together, and so that's kind of what's ahead. All right, guys, have a great one. Bye-bye.